Curl friends, welcome back to the Frizzandfrillzz channel. My name is Chloe, super happy to have you here. If you are new, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below so you never miss any of my curly tutorials, tips, and tricks. Today, we are doing a kind of fun video. It is gonna be all about our curlfessions. Now, if you know what a curlfession is, and if you don't, let me explain, because in the curly community, there's a lot of rules that go on in the curly community. And these rules are things that I don't think we always need to abide by just because some overlording, I don't even know who told us that these rules really need to be. I have an idea, but we won't say the name. So we're gonna go through that today. I had over on Instagram, again, if you're not following me over there and you want more daily content, that's where you're gonna find my stories and reels and things like that with more quick content. YouTube is more like a weekly, bi-weekly thing for me. And so I had you guys submit your curlfessions, and I saw a lot of things that looked very familiar to my curl journey as well. And so we're gonna go through my own curlfessions, and we're gonna go through your curlfessions, and we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty of, are those curlfessions really even a problem? And if they are kind of a problem, how do we make sure they're not a problem? Also, today's video is sponsored by Curlsmith, one of my all-time favorite curl brands. And we're gonna put in a few products of theirs that I would highly recommend from seeing some of your curlfessions that I think you guys would really benefit from trying out yourselves. I don't know if you guys noticed two things. Number one, my voice. My voice sounds very different today because over the past like 2 weeks, I lost my voice. I've been fighting a nasty cold that just like settled in like my chest and my nose and all the things. And so I lost my voice. I was traveling in Miami with a curl friend, Lulu. If you're not familiar with Lulu, I'll put a picture of her up here. She's so stinking cute. I love her. She's also really petite like me. So if you guys don't follow her already, I'll make sure to link her channel and her Instagram down below because I just adore her. And also, besides the voice thing, I'm also trying out a new lighting setup. Let me know what you think. Do you like this lighting setup? I put like a key light back here. I'm trying to do some more research on this. So I've got like my ring light actually up above. It's apparently supposed to be more like contouring. I don't really know, but let me know if you like this lighting setup. I love your feedback. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into the curlfessions. First one I'm seeing here is I wash my hair too much because it's good for my mental health, LOL. If you're familiar with my page at all, you probably already know that I like to wash my hair once a week. And I used to be the person who washed my hair every day, mainly because my seborrheic dermatitis made me do so, and I was using the wrong products and didn't know how to handle it. But if it's good for your mental health and it makes you happy, by all means do that. Now, what I would recommend if you are washing your hair every day and you're feeling like your hair is getting super dry, try just washing your scalp alone. If you are feeling like you want to wash your hair every day or that you need that, then try washing that. Don't wash your lengths as much because your lengths are where it's gonna get the driest the fastest. This area up here is, first off, the newest hair, and it's the closest to where you are secreting oils, sebum, things like that. If you can, try just not washing the ends. If you feel like you wanna wash your hair every day, get after it. If it makes you happy, that's what matters more than anything, more than honestly even the health of your hair. I think your mental health is number one. So do what makes you happy, but that would be my recommendation if you are seeing that you're starting to get dry. The next one I'm seeing is from Jess Buffier, heat, exclamation point. Love to diffuse with heat then cold to set the curls. Lots of volume this way. Honestly, curlfession of my own, I agree. I love to use heat. Number one, it helps me dry faster. Number two, it's like warm and it feels good. When people tell me that I need to like finish washing my hair with cold water, I look at them like they're crazy, including my hairdresser who tells me to do this every time. And I'm like nodding. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm not doing it. because I love the heat too. Now, if you're doing that, try to use a heat protectant. Also, because heat is more damaging for your curls, hence Curlfession, right? That I do recommend making sure that you're doing a bonding treatment mixed in there. And that's the same thing if you are highlighting or coloring, or honestly, just like brushing your hair very often. Things like that can all cause damage. So with Curlsmith's Strength line, they've really expanded that line a lot. But the main thing is their Bond Curl. And this is their Bond Curl right here. I cannot recommend this product enough. I think they launched this, I mean, it was well over a year ago that they launched this. And since I started using this, I have significantly decreased the amount of time that I use Olaplex, which used to be like the lead main one in the market for bonding. But since Curlsmith came out with this, I don't see as much of a reason to use the Olaplex. You get more with this. It's just an overall, I think, superior product. I get more slip when I'm detangling. If I wanted to detangle with this, it just is a phenomenal product. And it also does have a little bit of protein in there, hence it's part of their Strength line, but it really is a bonding product. Now, one of the things, and I'll take you to, I did a little clip in the shower when I was putting this on my hair. You want to use this as a pre-wash treatment. This is not a deep conditioning treatment, okay? So all treatments are not built the same. So you want to, number one, wet your hair, ideally on clean hair, but I'll be honest, normally I'm too lazy for that, so I don't do it on clean hair. So most of the time I'll just jump in the shower, I'll go ahead and get my hair fully wet, wring out any like excess water so that it's nice and damp. And you'll see here kind of like what you'll want your hair to look like when you're putting it on. It shouldn't be dripping, but it should be really nice and damp still. So you put that through, you let that sit for a minimum of 15 minutes, and you can let it go longer, but I would say on average 15 minutes to an hour. If you wanna do an hour, go ahead, get out of the shower, read a book, draw yourself a bath, you know, make it a nice self-care experience, you know, do whatever you want. But this stuff works wonders, and they do have a discount code for you guys, so you can use code Chloe10. I'll link everything down in the description below, so you guys can check that out for yourselves. I'm seeing actually multiple people who are saying that they wash their hair every day, and that's perfectly fine. I don't see anything wrong with that, especially if it works for you. That's really the key here, because everybody's hair is truly so different. It's so different, and what my curls need and what my scalp needs compared to what yours might need are gonna probably be two very different things. Now, you might find that the way I do my routine and the way I wash my hair works very well for you, and I really hope it does. But if it doesn't, there's nothing wrong with that. Next confession, this is a two-parter. Sometimes I don't wear my hip bonnet to sleep, and I put too much force into tangling my hair sometimes. Little monkey emoji. Number one, bonnet. You know, I love a good bonnet, okay? But Curlfession of my own, I don't wear my bonnet sometimes because I get lazy. Don't come for me. It's fine, it really is. This is my backup for like lazy nights. I still have a silk pillowcase. Also a little Easter egg for you guys. We are working on a silk pillowcase for Curlfriend Collective right now. I'm testing multiple, and we're working on samples and making sure that we get the best quality and type for you guys, but I'm really, really excited. So that'll be coming soon. I don't have an exact date yet, but I wanted to go ahead and share that with my YouTube fam so you guys know what's coming. We've got a lot of stuff coming, as well as some other launches coming up end of this month, actually, for a spring line. Really exciting stuff. As far as the bonnet goes, I totally get it. Don't feel like you're doing anything overly wrong. If you don't wear your bonnet some nights, no harm, no foul. And as far as detangling too heavily and putting a lot of pressure behind it, always just start from your end. If you add a little extra force, it's fine. Just always try to start from the ends with detangling instead of starting up here, because that's when you're gonna notice the most force, and it's gonna be really hard to get through the lengths of your hair. So always start from those ends and then move up towards your scalp. If you can do that, you're probably doing better than 99% of people. Next Curlfession we have is I blow my hair out often. I love that I can rock it curly or blown out. You should do you. Now with that, know that if you're blowing it out, you're adding more heat, you're adding more damage, it's gonna be harder to get your curl pattern back to where it was, you know, so do that with the knowledge of knowing that it's going to be harder in the long run. But if it works for you, and again, it makes you happy, then do what makes you happy. All I can say is just make sure you add a good deep conditioning treatment in there, you add a good bond curl type treatment in there, and you'll be okay. And if you need a good deep conditioning treatment, one of my favorite ones to use with this product, because this one is more protein heavy, hence the strength line, then I really recommend, I'll put it up here, the Double Cream Deep Quencher. It is super hydrating, doesn't add extra protein because I don't like to add too many protein rich treatments in one wash day. So I add that because I think it adds a lot of extra moisture and it really is super, super moisturizing. I'll make sure to link that down below too. Okay, moving on. So we have sometimes by day 5 or 6, feel that, my curls fall into waves. I brush them out and it looks like a blowout. Number one, I feel like that's not even a curlfession. I feel like that's a hack. That's like a curl hack, because if you can get to 5-6 days and then kind of basically rock like another natural hairstyle that works for you, that's amazing. If you have a looser curl pattern that's like in that type 2 to even a type 3A and it loosens that much throughout the week, try that out. And this one came from Nick O. Dove. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not. That's her handle. I think that's an amazing curl hack. So bravo for figuring that out. Next curlfession, I like silicones. Me too, girl. I love silicones. I think that silicones are something that, would I want it in every single product of mine? No. But do I like it incrementally in certain products to seal in the goodness? Yes. Do I want it to be heavy, heavy silicone sometimes? No. It's a give or take. I like a lot of my products to be silicone free, and then I like to sprinkle in a little silicone where I want. As long as you're not allowing those silicones to build up over months and months and months, and then you're feeling that major weigh down, just know that you need to do a deep cleanse every now and then, probably like once a month is what I recommend. And if you want a good deep cleanse, I recommend the Wash and Scrub from Curlsmith. It's amazing. It's also really good for my seborrheic dermatitis. Once I found that Wash and Scrub, I actually stopped completely using the one from my dermatologist. Now, this is my own experience. Now, if you want to try this, I would recommend talking to them before you decide to completely switch things up if you do deal with some major issues like that. But I'm just telling you guys from my own experience, it has worked wonders. Again, that will be linked below. Okay, next one we have is, oh, she says, I hate the finger curling. I just want to brush it and diffuse it and go. I get it. It's okay. You didn't hurt my feelings too much. I know I love finger coiling. It's something I live by, but remember, I also have a career based on curly content. So I understand that I probably have more time and more patience going into styling my curls than most people. So if that works for you, get after it. Okay, the next one we have here is again on everyday washes. This one might kill me though. I clarify every wash day. My curls would be so dry. If I clarified every wash day, my hair would be so unhappy, and it would probably, because I do have extremely porous hair, I would be very brittle and probably have significantly more breakage. But here's the thing, if you yourself have basically like virgin hair and you don't do those things that cause extreme dryness, that might work for you. And if that works for you, again, that's probably the thing that I'm gonna say throughout this video again and again, is if it works for you, perfect, keep doing it. So next one we have is, I'm curly, 90% gray, and color and bleach my hair and have healthy hair. Yay. That's amazing, because even though I don't have the gray part, I do color, I do highlights and lowlights normally about every 8 weeks. And my hair, in my opinion, is very healthy because I do my bonding treatments, I do my deep conditioning treatments. You do the things that help keep your hair nice and healthy, then it's going to reward you. Also, if you have a really good stylist, that's also really key in my opinion, because a stylist who knows how to do the bleaching properly, they're not lifting that color out of your hair too quickly and too intensely, then that's a really important piece. Next we have dry brushing my curls. Technically, dry brushing is supposed to be better for your hair, believe it or not, because when your hair is wet, it's actually in its weakest form. So it is more prone to breakage technically. Now for curlies, it's a little bit different because as you know, it's pretty hard to dry brush your hair because of how snaggled and snarled it gets. Personally, wasn't for me. I didn't enjoy it. It didn't work for me, but if it works for you, amazing. I put my wet hair in a bun if I'm short on time and diffuse it whenever I get home. Honestly, been there, especially when I'm pressed for time. I know I need to wash my hair. I totally get that struggle. And one tip I will give is if you just go ahead and put your leave-in conditioner on the wet hair so that it doesn't dry as much, like so dry without extra moisture. The leave-in will at least give it that little bit of hydration and oils that it probably is gonna want and need. And then you can put it up and then you can come back to it, re-wet it down a little bit, and then style it from there. I've done that so many times. Oh, we got another one. I get my highlights done every 8 weeks, same. And my hairdresser blows dries it straight and cuts it. Oh, snap. So she is getting basically a straight cut. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't say her because I don't actually know if this is if Robin is a she or he or they. But that's amazing. That's perfectly fine. I've tried personally blow drying my hair straight, and because I do get a curly cut, like it just doesn't really work for me. Anytime I've tried straightening my hair, I think it honestly looks like crap because it's not cut for it. I get split ends very easily. If you didn't know this, curly hair is significantly more susceptible to having split ends because of the way our hair follicle grows. And so I find I get very split ends. Everything isn't quite cut right for it to look good straight. But if that works for you and you like getting your hair cut for straight and you think it also looks great curly at the same time, amazing. Ooh, this is a good one. Mixing brands together. Example, one shampoo with a different brand conditioner and then mixing different stylers. I do this all the time. I feel like I'm like the queen of mixing hair products and different lines. And even like within like what I showed you, Curlsmith, you can mix their lines together and it's perfectly fine. One advice that I can give you with product mixing is just making sure that your cream product and your gel play nicely together. So what you can do is just mix them together in the palm of your hand first and make sure that they don't kind of like look like they become like curdled. If they do that, that means they probably will flake and kind of become nasty in your curls. So if you mix products, just do that first just to make sure that it doesn't do something funky in your hair. And the last one that I am seeing over and over and over again is I love bleach, okay? You put that curl fashion knowing dang well how much I love bleach too. I do. I love bleach. I love getting my hair highlighted. I feel more like myself. I actually need to go and get my highlights done. As you can see, I'm getting like a dark hole here. I am really craving the bleach right now. I would say normally it takes me about 2 to 3 weeks after getting my hair highlighted for it to kind of come back to what I call it's like former glory, because after it's bleached, it's kind of like going through this like trauma, and a lot of times my curl pattern will be a lot more funky after I've gotten it bleached. I'm harping this hard today, but the Bond Curl Rehab Salve, it is really a life changer. So if you are one of those people who curl fest, that you love bleach too, and you haven't tried adding this to your routine, I swear it's going to make after your appointments like 10 times easier to get your curls just back to where you want them. So really highly recommend that. And guys, that is going to be the end of our video today. Again, I do have a discount code, so I'm gonna put that up here for you guys, and that's listed down in the description, as well as all the products that we discussed today. And again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, curl friend, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of my curly tutorials, tips, and tricks. And make sure you hit the like button too so other curl friends can find this curlfession video as well. So until next week, I will talk to you then. Bye guys.